Baldur's Gate 3 as solo stealth archer on Tactician difficulty. So this is the part 2 of my journey, let's say, for this character. So you can just check the playlists if you missed anything. So make sure you do that. Also, please like and leave a comment if you enjoy these kind of videos, because YouTube for some reason doesn't promote these videos. I don't know. Let's get right into it. Our journey continues with the Harpy combat. This is probably the hardest combat at early Act 1 because, as solo, because the Harpies have CC, form of CC, let's say. I just put an explosive satchel to the spawning location and throw a fire, alchemist fire with the mage hand. So that actually ended up killing, I guess, one of the Harpies. So it actually gave me some head start. I actually tried this combat like 5 times because either I die because of the CC or the kid dies. I just wanted to save the kid also. Even when there is only one enemy left, I was almost dying at some point because these harpies actually hit a lot. So this is actually one of the hardest combats as solo. Now that we saved all the tiefling kids, and it is actually time to finish the Koga, however the name is pronounced, secret quest. So she's actually a shadow druid, and I just convinced her to not betray the druids, And then the combat starts. This is actually pretty easy because there are lots of allies, and she also has some nice spells. And one of the guys actually also got CC'd with hold person and just died in 2 turns, I guess. So this was very easy combat. So right now the ritual actually stopped, so we are going to use an invisibility potion, but near the idol, otherwise you cannot steal it. Because near the idol you actually got wet and invisibility status actually veers off. So you need to actually drink the potion near the idol, steal it, and then teleport. And we got our armor saving throw ring, one of the best rings in the game, in my opinion. So just to remind you that my character actually was a Dark Urge character, so once you long rest after some Dark Urge accidents, let's say, you actually get a cloak from your servant, I guess. This guy is your servant, something like that. So he will just tell you like, yeah, he enjoys your work, blah, blah, blah. You are a psycho, something like that. And then hands you over this cloak, which is our item for this character, obviously, because that is actually very good for stealth builds. So later on I decided to get a permanent buff by letting myself get tortured by this dude. Because we don't die, obviously, once we die we need to load the game. You cannot actually lose this buff. And make sure your character is naked while doing this for some +4 saving throw, so it is actually easier to succeed these checks. So once the torture is completed, you will actually have this buff again, which is going to be permanent because you don't die while playing as solo. Later on, we just kill the guy, obviously, for experience, because that is what we do. Rescued Volo because he's gonna be useful later on. Now that we are gonna go for Goblin Camp, I'll just poison their drink, their booze. That will actually grant us another inspiration. And it's gonna be easier to kill the remaining guys, obviously, but you actually don't get any experience by poisoning them. You will just only get experience for Dark Urge inspiration, I just started killing the guys one at a time, started from the higher ground. We are Arcane Trickster, obviously, so that is very important for Act 1, early Act 1, because the character is actually weak compared to higher levels, so Minor Illusion will actually help a lot. Again, Minor Illusion, use some fire arrows, ice arrows, whatever you have for some AoE damage. And you can actually use bonus action Sneak after your action, after you run out of action, let's say. And most enemies cannot even see you on these kind of areas, so they will just pass their turns doing nothing. So that is how stealth build is so much powerful. Ate a dwarf meat for another inspiration. Dark Urge characters can actually eat human flesh, I guess. So now we are inside Goblin Camp, still clearing slowly. I guess I already killed Priestess on the earlier video. I'm not sure, maybe it is in this video, but yeah. So we are gonna go for the other leaders. Once I actually shoot a AoE arrow and AoE arrow, the bridge actually got collapsed, so Mintara actually couldn't jump. So that was funny. I don't know, isn't she a strength-based character? She's a paladin, but she cannot actually jump across. So this is something that I noticed while playing this character. This is actually a cheese, a stupid cheese. You know, she cannot do anything. She just heals herself. I actually missed, and she will actually use a huge heal, which is not a problem because she cannot do anything. You know, she will just stand there and dies the next turn, I guess. Yeah.
Another parasite collected.
So one more leader left. But we will actually rescue Halsin first, and I will tell him to wait here because I don't want any companions in my party. We will actually get back to him later on once we kill the third leader, and this is it. This one is the hardest, so I'll just use an explosive barrel to cheese the fight because this is a solo play, so why not? So a minor illusion near the explosive, bam. I guess he just died instantly. Yeah, it was super easy this way. So just clearing the rest with invisibility, sneak attacks. And Goblin Camp is done for. You also get a Hellfire Iron, whatever the name was in English, I actually forgot. Infernal Iron, I guess, Infernal Metal, something like that. So they are gonna be useful later on. And we are back at the Druid Grove, talking to Halsin and Volo. And no, he's actually in our camp right now. So we will actually get ourselves a new eye, a magical eye that lets us see invisibility. So this is super important, especially on solo play. And you can also easily kill the hag with this eye. So right now I'm going for the Necromancy book for some +1 wisdom save permanent buff. So we'll just get the book and gonna read it later on. I also need the Dark Amethyst from the Spider Combat. You can actually do the Spider Combat earlier because it is actually easy and cheesable. So we are gonna do that in a second, I guess. I'll just kill these skeletons real quick. This is also a very hard combat normally, but our character is right now geared up because of the Titan String Bow and Strength Elixir. So we can actually one-shot almost any of those, I guess. Super easy with this equipment set. Plus I am invisible after every successful kill. So this is actually super beneficial for a solo player because most monsters actually skip their turns. Now that we are at the spider, if you actually push the spider into the middle hole, you don't get any experience for some reason. So you want to push it to the outer section to get experience. However, you cannot loot it, but it doesn't matter because it has shit loot anyways. So just gonna use a pushing arrow, whatever the name was, thunder arrow something, I don't know, actually I actually forgot the name. And bam, easy 250 something like that experience. Picked up the Dark Amethyst so we can actually read the book later on. Interrupted these guys having fun. I hope I won't see any nightmares tonight. Yeah. This is also another hard combat, but again we deal so much damage. Plus Hunter has Ranger. Yeah, Gloom Hunter, Gloom Stalker, whatever the subclass is, has additional attack, so it is actually easy to kill the big girl in a single turn. And the guy cannot do anything, obviously, because we are invisible. He's just gonna go out of combat, I guess, because he cannot find us, and he just dies. Yeah, super easy. Next, I'm gonna clear the Githyanki Patrol. Another hard combat, especially as solo. I'm not gonna cheese anything, I will just attack normally. You can maybe use an explosive barrel to cheese the fight, but we are not gonna do that. Some of these guys actually has a parry ability, which negates a big chunk of damage every turn. So it is actually hard to kill some of these. So just make sure you are on the high ground. Use whatever elemental arrow you have and sneak, try to hide, maybe use an invisibility potion If you cannot land a kill, you are not gonna be invisible, obviously. So they will just try to, you know, locate us, but fail because we are actually high ground. They don't know that. So they will just use some healing abilities and skip their turns. This guy tried to dash but didn't do anything. So yeah, weird. We also miss a lot because these guys have actually huge high armor class. Again, sneaking, trying to hide. I actually switched locations because they don't know that I actually am at the opposite side. You can actually see the white lights where they last spotted you, something like that. So one of the guys actually got lost for some reason, and something funny will happen in a second. She's actually way far from where I am, and I actually went out of combat. She's actually right now at near that volcan something in whatever the name is, near the waypoint. Yeah, I'm actually trying to find her. She's actually lost. How this happened? Too much missed a step, man. That is what happened actually. So I'll just finish her off with some. Yeah, as you can see, she also has a parry. That's why she didn't got much damage. Again, trying one more time. Come on, just die. Yeah. So this is one of the harder combats actually. So I'm back in Underdark. We are gonna finish this. I already stole the Susur bark. Once I was like 2 or 3 levels with stealth. Actually, we are just here to kill the remaining monsters for experience. If you actually got prone, these guys actually attack more than once, I guess, so it is actually dangerous. And a surprise happened. We got some company, so I'll just try to hide and let those monsters attack each other. Actually, that is what I'm gonna do. And actually something stupid will happen in a second, and we won't be able to attack anyways. So these guys with the claws actually cannot deal much damage. But the bullet, whatever the name is, actually deals huge amount of damage. And I got CC'd, so I will just skip my turn. I cannot control my character right now. So the wizard or sorcerer, whatever the guy was, actually has a lot of CC. Just perma CCs you. And he also casted the laugh spell after some point. Yeah, I'm just laughing my ass off on the ground. And finally I am out of CC, and I will just yeet the guy to get my revenge actually. And the other guy's actually easy enough. I also yeeted one more guy because I don't care about loot. They won't provide anything. And the fight wasn't that bad, thanks to the extra companion, the land shark. So right now I am here. I'll just get some help with another pushing arrow. So it will actually took him a lot of time to climb back the stairs. So we will actually have enough time to clear the other ads. So this is important, especially as solo. Because that boss, I guess his name was Bernard or something like that, actually has some ridiculous abilities. As you can see, it's gonna take him a long time. I decided to use a spell for some fun. I don't know if it works or not, I don't know. Because we don't have much, obviously, wisdom. If you are invisible, sometimes you will, what's that? Get out of combat. If you don't play fast enough, the monsters actually heals themselves. I don't know why I waited there. If I just attack instantly, I would have killed the low life robot. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll just keep using our elemental arrows and sneak at this corner. He's still trying to go up, but once he's at the elevator, he will just use all the buttons in the same turn, so he's gonna be here any moment. So I need to finish off this guy fast. But he is actually close right now. He used his ability that actually deals some lightning damage to the nearby enemies, which is gonna be us. As you can see, we will start getting hit by that electricity. So I need to get away from this and using a Misty Step. You will also have plenty of scrolls if you robbed the merchants. So make sure you use those kind of stuff if you want. I don't want to miss, so I'm just going to use a magic missile. Just in case. And trying to finish off this guy from out of his range, because that electricity actually hurts us once we also attack. It is kind of a reflecting ability, which is gonna be a problem in a second, actually, because he ended up actually climbing near me with that low HP, because I missed my final shot. So that's why I actually decided to use a health potion, just in case, so I actually don't kill myself to the reflect damage. It actually hits quite a lot, and yeah, drank a health potion, again use magic missile. As you can see, I actually got a lot of damage from the reflect, so it is actually a very dangerous enemy. So the fishman, whatever, there's a fake god here, ball or something, a ripped off ball. I just killed him. You don't have to fight all the enemies, make sure you do the dice checks and only kill this guy, because if you do this way, if you do the combat this way, you will also get all the experience. You don't have to fight 1 versus 10 enemies at the same time, and you can easily kite this guy because he is actually an idiot, I guess. He doesn't have any range abilities. As you can see, we got all the experience, even though we haven't killed the fishman. Spectator combat, I used some explosives, lured the spectator here, and it was super easy. If this guy is still alive, he will talk about the adamantine forge, stuff like that. I guess he's the founder, creator of the forge, maybe something like that, I don't know. I actually forgot. So the Minotaur combat, we actually skipped these guys, but something funny will happen in a second, because I haven't killed Bullet yet. He is also gonna come here, or she, I don't know. And this happened, so I actually had to reload. Yeah, thanks for that. Now it's time for payback. He is, or she is, I don't know, at its location, whatever, home location, I don't know, nest. You get the idea. It is dead in a single turn. And I'm gonna use these support ability, whatever it is called. Use Featherfall and gonna do some action. Yeah, I don't know if many of you guys maybe know this or not, but this is actually super fun, using the jump ability, and bam, one shot. Yeah, maybe this is considered a cheese, but it was a fun one anyways. So I will just also help that mushroom guy take his old throne back. I guess he's the former leader or something like that. There are a lot of enemies here, but once you kill the leader, it is actually over. I don't know if I should just kill the other guys for experience, if they provide any, but I just killed the leader and finished the quest. Now that he wants us to get the draw's head, push this guy for some fun. Yeah, boy. And stole the explosive from this gnome lady, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna blow you up, and then this happens.
I swear to iron. Wait.
So much funny stuff in this game. I just killed her and clearing the rubble to save Ner, I don't know. And I ended up obviously kill all of them, because that is what we do in this playthrough. There are lots of allies here, and people will just push each other out of the cliff. This guy literally dashed down downstairs, yeah, just to push a guy, and then he got pushed, and then 1, 2, 3 enemies in the lava. And this happens. Number 4. This combat is so funny, and it was super easy thanks to those guys pushing each other. Cut the head of the draw, and I took the trophy to the mushroom guy. So once you do these mushroom quests, you will actually have a permanent buff until long rest, which actually bonuses, adds some dice rolls. So that is actually very important. And we are at the Adamantine Forge. Maybe you will think that this is the hardest combat or something, but it actually took me only one or maybe two tries. Make sure you have flight, use some mirror image or other defensive abilities, and just try to lure the robot, obviously middle, but make sure that it is half of the body is actually on the lava. So you can actually use the lever twice. So this is number one. Ads will spawn. I'm just gonna skip my turn, and he is again superheated. So you can actually press, pull the lever twice this way. Otherwise, you cannot do that. So after that, use invisibility potion and let him kill the flying methods, whatever they are named. Once there's only one enemy left, you want to actually go out of stealth. I actually took a risk. Yes, so in the end he's actually starting attacking us because there are no enemies left and doing the same stuff again. But this time I actually messed up and I couldn't hit him twice. As you can see, he's actually most of his body is in the lava, but that actually didn't work for some reason. So I ended up doing the same thing again. Wanted to kill the lava golem. It is actually hard to kill as an archer because it has piercing resistance, and for some reason oil of sharpness doesn't work. So make sure you use some haste potion and that arrow that actually blocks healing, and some ice arrows to finish him off. And we are at Hag. I actually waited so long to do this fight. I just wanted to one-shot her using, mirror image, maybe haste, something that boosts us, and invisibility potion. Make sure you rescue the girl first, and because we have Volo's magical eye, we can actually see the Hag. If you cannot see her, just skip your turn and wait in invisibility until you see her. Don't rush, alright? Maybe quick save after that, and just start the fight on the higher ground. I actually miss a lot and still get the kill. You want to lower her below, I guess, 30 HP. And once you end your turn, it is done. She begs for mercy. And I will get dexterity +1 permanent buff. And we are at the Githyanki Crash, the hardest part of Act 1 actually. These guys are super powerful, have parry, so you cannot actually kill most of those in one turn. They have hold person, those kind of ridiculous abilities. I will actually upload the full Githyanki Crash combat in my channel, a separate video, so make sure you check that. I actually skipped most of the combat because it is gonna take forever. I will just show you the final combat because this is obviously the hardest. I'll just start the combat outside. You can actually lure everyone outside and push them off the bridge to cheese the fight, but I'm not gonna do that. So just try to stay far away, use invisibility as an advantage, and just hide whenever I can. Sometimes you will obviously get run out of combat because you are invisible. If that happens, just attack as soon as possible before the enemy actually heals again. Because if enemies go out of combat, they actually heal themselves. As you can see, we are out of combat and I just attack immediately. But I actually, no, I was just attacked, in time actually, because that guy actually was close to healing himself, herself. I couldn't see. And again, we are back in the combat, same stuff. This is basically how you play this build. I will also make a build guide once I am at Act 3 because I wanna get all the items, test them obviously. I already played a lot of archer builds on my previous playthroughs, but they weren't solo plays. This is my first time playing solo. So I'll just again kite this guy. This guy actually took a lot of time to kill because I guess he has parry and high armor class, so you miss a lot. He doesn't die that easily. He also has Misty Step and just covers the distance easily. Make sure you push him. He will have high strength thanks to the elixir of giant heal, whatever the name is. Because we are playing with Titan String Bow. I rolled a 1 and missed. He also misses a lot because this character has so much armor class. That is what you wanna do while playing solo. And Githyanki Crash is done for. We got a lot of experience. Got the Blood of Lavender, Lavetter, whatever the name was, I forgot it. We are not gonna use it, but maybe we got some experience, I don't know. And next, we will give the egg to this lady, but I'm just gonna steal it. Because if you let the egg go to Baldur's Gate, that Githyanki that hatches from the egg will actually kill everyone in that building. So you will actually lose some, what you call, merchants, vendors. So we don't want that. And the final combat before Act 2 is the zombie ghoul combat. You need to kill the shepherds. I guess that is what they were called in English, if I don't remember wrong. You need to kill them first, but do not kill one and leave the other at full HP. Because that guy will actually res the other shepherd again. So you don't want that. Make sure you lower both of them equally and try to finish them off in one turn. So they cannot actually resurrect the other. Again, maybe try to get out of reach. Use bonus action sneak. You can also use some ice arrows because all of these guys are melee and they will try to reach you obviously by walking. They don't have any teleportation or whatsoever, so they can actually get knocked down easily. That green zombie is actually super dangerous. He hits a lot, and these zombies also can paralyze you, so that is also another problem. Maybe you can also use the elixir that grants immunity against paralyze, those kind of effects. There's actually an elixir, but obviously we will lose DPS because we are playing with Titan String Bow. So yeah, there are actually some alternative solutions for this fight if you feel like it, if you struggle. And this is Act 2. The next video is gonna be Act 2 anyways. Thanks for watching. Again, there are full gameplays for this character unedited, almost unedited, let's say hours of gameplay in my channel. You can check those if you are also playing maybe a similar character, trying to play as solo. And please like, subscribe. I'm gonna do obviously maybe some Path of Exile videos in a month maybe. But yeah, I will also upload some Baldur's Gate 3 videos from time to time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I will see you later. Bye bye.